There's something about Black women over 50, a certain quiet power, a glow that doesn't ask permission. And yet, so many of you are walking into winter wearing colors that hide that power instead of announcing it. Today, I'm handing you 6 winter colors that don't just flatter your skin, they honor it. This is Melanin Rock Fashion, and if you believe your radiance doesn't clock out after 50, hit subscribe right now before we go any further, because what I'm about to show you will change how you shop for the rest of your life. Comment below with the city you're watching from. I want to see how far this glow travels. Now let's get into it. Color number 1, espresso brown. Not milk chocolate, not caramel. Espresso, the color of a slow morning and a strong cup of coffee, dark, dense, and completely unapologetic. This is the brown most women skip because they assume it will disappear into their skin. The opposite happens. Espresso brown has a near black depth with warm undertones underneath, and against melanin-rich skin, it creates a tonal harmony that reads as intentional, expensive, and quietly commanding. Think of it as the sophisticated cousin of black, all of the versatility, none of the flatness. Picture an espresso wool coat worn open over a cream turtleneck. The contrast isn't loud, it's refined. It says you didn't try hard, you just know. This color works in leather, in suede, in heavy knits. An espresso handbag elevates a simple outfit instantly. Espresso trousers paired with a lighter blouse create depth without ever looking severe. The mistake women make with dark browns is choosing ones with gray or ashy undertones, which can flatten the complexion and add years instead of subtracting them. You want espresso with warmth baked in, the kind that catches light instead of absorbing it completely. Wear it near your face in a scarf or a turtleneck, and watch how it makes your bone structure look sculpted rather than shadowed. Color number 2, cobalt blue. This is not your average blue. This is the blue of a winter sky right before sunset, electric but grounded, bold but never brassy. Cobalt is the color stylists rarely mention because they assume it's reserved for younger women or bold personalities. That assumption is exactly why it works so powerfully here. Cobalt blue sits in stark, brilliant contrast to deep and medium melanin tones, and because blue has almost no overlap with the undertones already present in your skin, it creates a striking, clarifying effect. Your eyes look brighter, your teeth look whiter, your whole face seems to step forward. Picture a cobalt cashmere sweater under a charcoal blazer, or a cobalt silk scarf looped over an all-black outerwear. It's the kind of color that turns a 5-minute outfit into something people stop you to compliment. The secret is saturation. You want cobalt that's rich and true, not washed out or pastel, because pastels can read as costume-like on deeper skin tones in winter light. Cobalt gloves, a cobalt beret, even a cobalt manicure can act as the single unexpected note that makes an entire neutral outfit feel curated. This color rewards confidence. Wear it like you already know it works, because it does. Color number 3, terracotta rust. Warm, earthy, and completely underused in winter wardrobes because most people file it under autumn and forget it exists for the rest of the year. That's a mistake. Terracotta rust, the color of clay pots and autumn's last leaves, carries a burnt orange warmth that sits beautifully against melanin because it mirrors the golden and red undertones already present in the skin. Instead of competing with your complexion, it amplifies it. This is the color that makes people ask if you've been somewhere sunny even in the middle of January. Picture a terracotta turtleneck under a camel coat, or terracotta suede boots against dark denim. It's grounded, it's warm, and it photographs beautifully, which matters if your winter includes holiday gatherings and family photos. The key is choosing rust tones that lean warm and slightly muted rather than neon orange or overly bright pumpkin, which can look costumey instead of elegant. A terracotta wrap sweater is endlessly flattering because the color pulls warmth up into the face. Terracotta earrings against a black outfit create a subtle, sophisticated pop. This color rewards confidence. Wear it like you already know it works, because it does. Color number 4, ice lavender. This might be the most surprising entry on this list, and that's exactly the point. Most women over 50 are told to avoid pastels entirely in winter, assuming they'll look faded or washed out. Ice lavender breaks that rule because it isn't a true pastel. It has just enough gray and blue depth to keep it grounded rather than sweet. Against black skin, this soft, smoky purple creates an almost ethereal contrast, cool and calming but never boring. It's the color equivalent of frost on a window, delicate but undeniably wintry. Picture an ice lavender cashmere scarf wrapped over a charcoal coat, or a lavender silk blouse under a black blazer for a holiday dinner. It softens strong features in the most flattering way and makes the whole face look rested, even luminous. The trick is depth. You want lavender with a hint of gray or slate running through it, never a bright candy-like purple, which can look juvenile instead of elegant. This color is stunning in outerwear accents, gloves, a beret, even a wrap, and it pairs unexpectedly well with cobalt blue and cream for a monochromatic, cool-toned look that feels editorial rather than accidental. Color number 5, antique gold. Not yellow gold, not bright metallic gold, but the deep, matte antique gold you find in old jewelry and vintage brocade. This color has an almost regal quality, and on melanin-rich skin it does something remarkable. It makes the skin look literally illuminated from within. Gold tones share a molecular kinship with the warmth already present in black skin, so instead of sitting on top of the complexion, antique gold seems to rise from underneath it. Picture an antique gold blouse under a black tailored coat or a gold-threaded scarf against a simple charcoal sweater. This is the color for the woman who wants to walk into a room and be remembered without saying a word. The key is choosing gold that's muted and textured rather than shiny and flat. Think brushed metal, not costume jewelry. A single antique gold statement necklace against a black turtleneck can transform an entire look. Gold earrings catch the low winter light in a way that makes your whole face glow. This color is particularly stunning for holiday events, but don't save it only for special occasions. A gold scarf worn on an ordinary Tuesday can shift your entire energy for the day. Color number 6, deep hunter green. Not the bright green of spring, but the dense, almost black green of pine trees in the dead of winter. Hunter green carries a gravity that other greens don't have, and it is one of the single most flattering colors available to black women over 50 because it does two things at once. It deepens without dulling, and it warms without brightening. Because green sits opposite red on the color wheel, it neutralizes any redness or unevenness in the skin, leaving the complexion looking smooth, rich, and consistent. Picture a hunter green wool coat over black trousers, or a hunter green velvet dress for an evening event. This color has old money energy, understated, expensive looking, and completely timeless. The trick is avoiding anything too bright or too yellow-green, which can look sporty rather than elegant. You want hunter green with real depth, almost black at the edges. This color pairs beautifully with antique gold, cream, and terracotta rust, making it one of the most quietly powerful pieces you can own this season. Now let's talk strategy, because knowing the colors is only half the equation. The biggest mistake women make with statement winter colors is wearing them head to toe and overwhelming the whole look. Instead, use these colors with intention. Wear them closest to your face, in a scarf, a blouse, a sweater, or statement jewelry, where they do the most work with the least effort. Build slowly. Pick one color from this list that pulled at you the moment you heard it and start there. If cobalt blue spoke to you, begin with a scarf, then a sweater, then eventually a coat. If antique gold felt like home, start with jewelry, then move into blouses. This is how a wardrobe becomes a signature instead of a costume. Quality outweighs quantity every single time with these tones. One well-made espresso brown coat in a fabric that drapes and holds its color will do more for you than 5 fast fashion pieces in the wrong shade of brown. These colors are investments, not impulse buys, and they are meant to be worn for years, not seasons. Here's what's really happening when you choose these colors intentionally. You're not just avoiding looking washed out, you're actively choosing to look powerful, rested, and unmistakably yourself. Winter has a way of convincing women to disappear into black, gray, and beige, as if the cold months require you to dim your presence. Nothing could be further from the truth. Your melanin was built to hold color, to hold light, to hold attention in every season, in every temperature. So this week, I want you to try just one. Deep espresso instead of your usual black coat, cobalt scarf instead of the gray one you always reach for, antique gold earrings instead of silver. Notice how it changes not just how you look, but how you move through a room. That shift is not imagined, it's real, and it's yours. If this helped you see winter differently, give this video a like so more women like you can find it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Melanin Rock Fashion right now, because we are building a community of women who understand that style and radiance absolutely have no expiration date. Drop a comment and tell me which of these 6 colors you're trying first. I read every single one. Until next time, stay rich in color, stay rooted in confidence, and stay exactly, unapologetically you.